Hey everybody, welcome back to Music.com Academy. Today I want to play you something. I want to play you a Jock air check. It's more like a promo, but I want you to listen to this. I want you to judge how good you think this guy is. You know, is he pretty decent? On a 1 to 10 scale, what number would you give him? So let's do that now.
Hey Max, what's going on? I'm X, and from this moment on, I'm gonna be your own personal AI DJ on Spotify. Let's go. Up next, I know you've been on a summer song kick lately, so I went back for some of your old summertime favorites. See if it warms you up. Next up, some of the music you had on a lot back in 2018.
Do you think of me? Walking out there.
All right, Max, let's get you out of your feels and switch up the vibe. You've been into dance music lately. I got this brand new release to get you moving. Introducing DJ, the best of Spotify made just for you, one tap away. Delivered by me, your very own DJ.
Welcome back to Music.com Academy. This is kind of a distressing thing, but it's good to know if you're a jock at the moment and also a PD. That was not a human being, that was a computer doing that. That was simulated AI. And that's what's coming. It's already here now. I mean, when you really think about it, if you use your Alexa app and you actually listen to her, or if there's a guy that's on it, if you happen to choose a guy, it's pretty realistic the way it talks. And now they're taking it, another step and making it be like a real jock. Now, they don't have it 100% correct right now, but they're probably, a good 70% of the way. And certainly, judging by this one, I have heard real live jocks on the air who are way worse than this person. But the ramifications for this are huge when you think about it. Now, I don't know a huge amount about AI. I've played around with Chat GPT, the new thing that everybody's talking about, AI, and you can mess with it on the net, and I've watched a bunch of videos, but I do know a ton about computer programming. I know that. I've been doing that for decades, okay? So that I know. And when you put those together with radio experience and all of that, there's some things that certainly pop up. If you're a jock, if you're a PD, this is definitely going to affect you going forward. It might even cost you your job, or you can actually be ahead of it and kind of keep it at bay. At some point, it's going to be really, really, really good. You just know that that's what it is. That's how technology grows. It just keeps getting better and better and better and better, until finally it's insanely good. But you have to sort of know how computers actually operate. At the core of them is a thing called an if statement. And it's just simply a question, if this is the question, does X equal 4, let's just say. It'll be a yes or a no, or it'll be, let's say, does X equal 2? Or is X greater than 2 or less than 2? So usually it's like equal to, greater than, less than, or yes or no. And everything gets built on that. So there's only so much they can do as the computer program grows and grows and grows. In other words, what I'm getting at is one of the hard things, if you're a computer, for it to do is ask a question. It's great for answers. If you're going to do something like the John Tesh show where he's doing a huge amount of data that's interesting to people, man, you could set that up and a computer could out-Tesh John Tesh, no problem at all, because it has access quickly, instantaneously, for more stuff than John Tesh, and all of his people working for him could ever get. I mean, it's pretty much the world, assuming the computer is hooked up to a lot of databases. The computer has access to everything, and Tesh show won't be able to do that. It's just too cumbersome. So if you're doing a data-driven show, man, that's going to be really, really hard to compete with. However, if you have like a classic rock radio station, or if you want to do something that most people don't do right now, is talk about the music, now you have an air person, that computer guy or woman, they have access to all of the music knowledge that ever exists. So that person can be playing every single song and giving tidbits of information with every single song that somebody's like, wow, man, this jock is super informed about music. He's into it. And yet it's a computer. It's like, okay, that's the bad news. One of the things, though, that is really hard for a computer to do, and I don't really know, I mean, I'm sure they can do it, but it's got to be unbelievably hard to build in is creativity. I mean, it can do stuff that would look creative, but actually be creative, that's a whole different thing. And at this point in time, it would be incredibly difficult to build into a computer jock, so to speak, style. And when I say style, I'm specifically thinking of Broadway Bill Lee on WCBS FM. Bill's got style. He's got a style the way he does it. And it'd be really hard to build that in because, as you've heard this person, he's sort of talking. You know, it's a normal sort of talking, jacked up a little bit here and there. But, you know, to really get excitement and push and pump and add emotion and stuff like that, man, that's going to be hard. I'm sure eventually they'll get it, but that's going to be incredibly hard at the moment. And you're probably a good, I don't know, 5 years out, maybe 10 before they actually really get that down. Maybe they'll never be able to get it down. Maybe that's just that last rung of being human that's virtually impossible to add in. Certainly style and creativity, those two are going to be really hard to build in. So if you're a jock right now, I suggest that you start thinking in those terms. How do I push creativity up? And how do I add a style to the way I'm serving up the music and serving up a show? Just doing the plain, you know, same old type show and reading liners. Clearly, this computer can read liners probably better than most people. So you don't want to be in that realm. And if you're a PD, I don't know, maybe you're going to have to actually be able to learn how somewhere down the road to actually be able to handle these computer things and make them do what you want. Again, an entirely new, different world. You could have actually a morning show with one live person and 2 or 3 sidekicks, but the sidekicks are all computers. You could have a sidekick funny woman, you could have a sidekick, you know, serious sports guy, you could have somebody else doing something else, 3 different voices, 3 different characters, so to speak. You know, each of their characters are different. Certainly on Chat GPT, you can ask it to write something in the style of, let's say, Chaucer or Edgar Allan Poe, you know, and it'll actually write stuff in that style because it's figured out what that style is. So, you know, I'm sure down the road you could pick a person and build their personality, and it's a computer person, and they'll, you know, hey, I want a Rodney Dangerfield on the morning show. I want that kind of guy. Okay, fine. They'll probably find every joke that Rodney Dangerfield could have delivered and deliver it in the style of Rodney Dangerfield. I'm just guessing, but I'm pretty sure that could happen. So, you know, that's a whole nother thing, which to me would actually be a plus. But you know, to make radio better and more entertaining, but man, it's a whole new world coming. Hope you liked this lesson, a little bit distressing depending on where you are in your career in radio, but I hope you got something out of it and certainly plan for the future. And as always, subscribe to the channel. We're getting closer and closer to that 1,000 subscriber mark. That's a big deal. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Really, really appreciate it. And of course, hit the notification bell and the like button if you liked the lesson. Until the next lesson, see ya.